Hey guys, what's up? TheRiaya here. I decided to take a look at the new AMD Radeon Crimson drivers that have just released, I guess, today. And so far, overall, they're pretty sweet. I mean, this is what the thing looks like, and they got little ads up here if you decide to leave those on. And this program boots incredibly fast. They weren't kidding when they said that they made sure that it did that. And just as you see right there, it booted right up. So we're going to get on to how it overall looks like and the goods and the bad after that. So I'll start over on the gaming side. Have a new global settings, and this is where your games are placed. If you don't see your game, you could scan for more under add by clicking scan, or you could browse for it and find the shortcut on your desktop or wherever the game is placed. You can also go to all profiles, enable or disable, or even reset them all. That is always a nifty feature. Now, clicking on global settings, if you're familiar with the Catalyst Center, you will understand what most of this already is. I mean, the frame rate control, you can now, target control, you can now set for each game instead of just turning it on or off. And, yeah, other than that, up here you have the global overdrive settings for the graphics cards, and this is where you could set the clocks for everything, or you can go into each profile separately and set it up the way you like it, and it should work. Get more into that in a little bit. Alright, let's go over to the next one, which is video. Again, if you're used to the Catalyst Center, you would probably recognize these. You could even do a custom one for sharpness, vibrance, steady video, or just brightness in general, or just leave it on default. That's where I have it on currently. I might mess with that in the future. I don't know. I'll have to decide on that or not. Display shows the displays you have. If you want super resolution on either of those displays, GPU scaling, and which type of scaling it is. The more tabs that you see there just give a better explanation for each section that you go to. It actually doesn't seem to have any other buttons added to it. Additional settings will open up a Catalyst Center type window. I'll get into that again in a little bit once we get into another section that has it as well. And so identify the displays if something's not showing up or whatnot. This is for Eyefinity displays, and I don't have one, so I'm sorry I can't show you the actual options for this. Maybe I'll have one in the future. Who knows? Maybe I'll have something better than R9 280X graphics cards that could possibly run the games on that. But for now, I don't, so I'm sorry. Systems tab displays your general overview system information, software, hardware, for whichever cards. Like you see here, there's 1 and there's 2, which is linked in the crossfire. Software, what it is, the type it is, what it supports, and overview of your actual system. Alright, that pretty much covers most of the basics. Now, if you click home, you have updates on, so if you want to get updates, notifications, and of course all their different social media sites if you want to go over and actually click on them if you don't have them liked or subscribed or whatnot. And then there's this preference button here. What does it do? System tray, always on top. Allow the banner advertisements. I mean, if I turn it off, that's what it looks like. Let's go back home. Very basic, so you don't have any annoying ads. I'll just leave it on because I like things scrolling, and I don't know, just static bothers me, I guess. About, of course, is the driver version and copyright information. Report an issue will open up your web browser so you can report a problem in the game, and of course, or game or whichever program you're running that is having an issue. And restore factory defaults, of course, restores everything back to default. Now, as I stated before in display, when you clicked up here for additional settings, well, it is the same exact thing. If you click on Radeon additional settings, it'll bring up a Catalyst style type window, as you see right here, and it will look very familiar if you've gone through all of this and had it set up before, except for this custom resolutions section. This is pretty much new. I've never seen it before, so I'm pretty sure it's new. Under gaming, you have AMD Crossfire where you can completely disable it if you want to, and default audio devices, which everybody sets up via the Windows one anyway. I'm pretty certain. I mean, I've never used this before. I don't know if you have. If you've used it before, let me know below in the comments. But I haven't, so let's close that out. Now, time to get to the good, I guess. Things definitely seem to be running smoother. I know Batman Arkham Knight has gotten a huge boost. This game seems to load pretty much instantaneously. Before I was having issues skipping the intro scene on either this computer or my NVIDIA computer, but on AMD on this computer now it seems to respond very snappily. And there's one other thing here that I noticed. To go to predefined crossfire, type in Batman, and looky here. There's a Batman crossfire setup for the game. I mean, Warner Brothers announced they will not be making the game for Crossfire or SLI setup. Well, AMD's gone ahead and I guess made a Crossfire platform or profile for it anyway. And it seems to work. I've been messing around with it a little bit. I'll do some messing around with it later on. If I end up encountering any issues, I'll let you guys know. But so far, everything seems to be really smooth. Tomb Raider is extremely fast. What else? Heaven's Benchmark runs, I guess is as good as you're going to expect it to run in general. But that also leads into the bad. Heaven's Benchmark does not seem to be registering the overclocks that are custom set up for it. I haven't tried switching it in global yet. I'll do that next, and hopefully it registers the overclock then, but it doesn't currently. Heroes of the Storm is sort of a conundrum at this moment in time also. It will crash on load up if you have crossfire mode on. Even setting disabled here, it will crash on load up. You have to go into the additional settings and fully disable crossfire in order for Heroes of the Storm to run. And MSI Combustor 3 will not load at all. Whenever I click on it, the screen flickers, nothing happens. I've checked the task manager, it doesn't even show it in there. It will not do anything, but just click the button and flicker. And those are unfortunate things that happen, but these are still beta drivers, so I guess some of them are to be expected. I would hope AMD would resolve these issues hopefully pretty snappily. They say they want to be more involved in getting these drivers out for fix actual issues and have game day one ready drivers when specific games come out and such. So hopefully they have these certain issues resolved rather snappily, and that would be absolutely great. Like this video if you liked it, dislike it if you didn't, and leave a comment, and as always, don't forget to subscribe.